Victor Von Doom is Marvel's ultimate mastermind, a brilliant scientist, master sorcerer, and iron-fisted ruler who has stolen power from cosmic gods themselves. But even the strongest villain has his limits, and across the Marvel universe lurk beings whose power could obliterate Doom before he could comprehend their true nature. So today, I'm revealing every character capable of killing Dr. Doom, from reality-warping mutants to omnipotent cosmic forces that exist beyond the multiverse itself. Starting with the most obvious cosmic threat. Galactus is a cosmic entity who consumes planets to sustain his life force and serves a functional role in the upkeep of the primary Marvel continuity. When fully fed, the World Eater possesses power that dwarfs even Doom's most ambitious schemes.
He possesses the power cosmic, and he will inherit this cursed throne.
Galactus has repeatedly demonstrated the ability to end civilizations with a gesture. His overall power level is variable based on the planets he has recently consumed, but after consuming 4 planets, Galactus increased his powers to the point that he could easily destroy a mad celestial. Even Doom's most powerful stolen abilities pale before this cosmic force. The relationship between these two characters reveals Doom's limitations perfectly. While Galactus is more powerful on average, there have been a few unique situations where Dr. Doom's power has managed to surpass Galactus's, but that's where the major difference between the character lies. When Doom does gain cosmic level power, it's temporary.
Clearly, no other being is worthy of such vast cosmic power.
Galactus embodies that power eternally. What makes Galactus particularly dangerous to Doom is his fundamental nature. The consumption of planets is what maintains Galactus's life and power, and processing this cosmic energy allows Galactus to utilize a force known as the power cosmic to perform great feats. This includes universal cosmic awareness, telepathy, telekinesis, energy projection, size alteration, transmutation of matter, teleportation, creation of life, resurrection of the dead, and mass-scale events like recreating dead worlds. Even when Doom has managed to steal cosmic power, Galactus represents the kind of threat that operates on scales Doom can barely comprehend. In their confrontations, Doom's tactical brilliance becomes irrelevant when facing a being whose mere presence can unravel planetary ecosystems. Moving up the cosmic hierarchy, we encounter a being that even makes Galactus look limited. The Living Tribunal is a 3-faced entity tasked with supervising the many realities that make up the ever-expanding Marvel multiverse.
There was a vast multiversal war. Countless unique timelines battled each other for supremacy, nearly resulting in the total destruction of...
and eliminates or alters any worlds or universes that he deems a threat to the rest of the interconnected cosmos. This cosmic judge operates on a scale that Doom's intellect simply just cannot process. The Living Tribunal's power dwarfs every scheme Doom has ever conceived. The Living Tribunal can completely and instantaneously manipulate matter and energy at his will, making him capable of destroying or creating entire worlds on a whim. When your enemy can just casually erase universes, even Doom's reality-warping stolen powers becomes meaningless. What truly makes the Living Tribunal lethal to Doom is his purpose and authority. The Living Tribunal serves the all-powerful creator of the multiverse, one above all, and constantly works to prevent disruptions to the natural balance of reality on a grand scale. Doom's ambitions for universal conquest would inevitably draw this entity's attention.
I would like a word with you, Stark.
The hierarchy of cosmic power becomes clear when examining the Living Tribunal's jurisdiction. Even beings such as Eternity, Infinity, Death, and Oblivion were subject to the Living Tribunal's authority, and unlike other conceptual beings, the Living Tribunal had no counterpart in other realities. Only one Living Tribunal existed in the multiverse. Doom might steal power from individual cosmic entities, but the Living Tribunal governs them all. Next up is a character whose power has already reshaped reality on a universal scale. The Scarlet Witch may be one of the most controversial Avengers of all time, but she's also a necessary counterbalance against magical and practical threats, with unique mystical powers involving hex magic, telekinesis, and various psychic defenses that have allowed her to tweak, alter, or overwrite the fabric of reality itself. Wanda's reality manipulation operates on scales that make Doom sorcery look primitive. The Scarlet Witch created an entirely new reality in the House of M event, featuring mutants at the top of the societal food chain with Magneto as sovereign in charge. When someone can casually rewrite the fundamental structure of reality, even Doom's most elaborate schemes become irrelevant. Her most devastating demonstration of power came with 3 simple words. As the battle between realities raged on in House of M, 2005, Wanda began to recall her life from before and spoke 3 little words before returning reality to its former state.
No more mutants, as the world around her disappears in a flash of white.
the Decimation. This spell rewrote the makeup of the entire planet, cutting the number of mutants from about 1 million down to just a few hundred. What makes Scarlet Witch particularly dangerous to Doom is the nature of her power source. The source of Wanda's unnatural abilities stem from a twofold base: unparalleled mastery of actual magic and an innate power to warp reality, allowing her to reshape reality to various extremes.
The twins. Sooner or later, they will meet the twins.
Doom might understand sorcery, but Wanda's reality manipulation transcends traditional magical understanding. Even when Doom has stolen cosmic level powers, Wanda's ability to rewrite the fundamental rules of existence makes his stolen abilities potentially meaningless. Her power doesn't just overwhelm opponents, it can make them cease to exist or never have existed at all. But even Scarlet Witch's reality manipulation pales before the next entry. Franklin Richards possesses reality warping abilities that operate on scales unprecedented in Marvel Comics, with his primary power involving manipulating the fundamental fabric of reality itself. This isn't just another mutant with enhanced abilities. Franklin represents power on a multiversal scale. Franklin's feats make even the most ambitious versions of Doctor Doom look limited. After the catastrophic collapse of the multiverse during the Incursion Crisis, it was Franklin who stepped up, reshaping existence and helping to restore what was lost.
You caused an incursion, and we're gonna fix it.
When your opponent can casually reconstruct the multiverse, conventional combat becomes meaningless. The scope of Franklin's abilities defies even Doom's understanding of power. Originally, Franklin possesses the power to warp reality, i.e. to make any thought or desire come to fruition, even up to a cosmic scale. This isn't stolen power or temporarily enhanced abilities. Franklin was born with the capacity to remake existence itself. What makes Franklin particularly lethal to Doom is his relationship with cosmic forces. Future Franklin returned and teamed up with Galactus to destroy the Mad Celestials, saving the universe again. When someone can partner with Galactus as an equal, Doom's power theft schemes become laughably inadequate. The most terrifying aspect of Franklin's power is its seemingly unlimited nature. Even when his abilities appear diminished, the true scope remains beyond measurement.
You are my salvation, my deliverance from this vicious hunger. Time to feed.
Doom might steal power from cosmic entities, but Franklin essentially operates as one from birth. Moving beyond reality warpers, we encounter beings that exist outside traditional power structures entirely. The Beyonder is a manifestation of the Beyond Realm, which exists separately from the multiverse, and is described as having more power than 1 million universes combined. This entity operates on scales that make even Doom's cosmic level thief schemes look primitive. The Beyonder's power transcends every category Doom understands. The Beyonder can shape reality, regenerate on a cellular level, and change into any form with cosmic strength, which he frequently puts to the test in order to learn more about humanity. When facing a being that treats reality as a casual plaything, even Doom's most elaborate plans becomes irrelevant. Doom has actually stolen the Beyonder's power before, which makes this entry particularly interesting. During the 1984 Secret Wars, Dr. Doom manages to steal power from the Beyonder, but the power proves too great for him to control, and by the story's end, Doom is forced to relinquish his god tier power back to the Beyonder or risk letting it kill him. This reveals a crucial limitation in Doom's power absorption abilities. The fundamental nature of the Beyonder makes him uniquely dangerous to Doom. The Beyonder has the ability to control the fundamental fabric of space and time, and his ability to warp reality allows him to potentially simulate any power he wants.
An alien named the Beyonder took pieces of worlds, then mashed them together to build Battleworld.
The Beyonder calls this his experiment.
Unlike other cosmic entities that Doom might outmaneuver, the Beyonder operates by rules that exist outside the multiverse itself. What makes the Beyonder ultimately lethal to Doom is that this entity represents everything Doom desires, but fundamentally cannot achieve. Even when Doom steals cosmic power, he remains bound by his human limitations and need for control. The Beyonder embodies unlimited power wielded with unlimited freedom. Speaking of beings that operate outside normal power structures, let's examine someone whose abilities rival the Beyonder himself. Owen Reese originally had the ability to psionically manipulate molecules for a variety of effects, but later gained reality-bending capabilities on a multiversal scale.
Molecule Man came to town, he almost left with it too. This wand could change any kind of molecule into any other kind of molecule.
The Molecule Man represents the kind of foundational power that even Doom's genius cannot properly comprehend. Molecule Man's abilities operate on the most fundamental levels of existence. The Molecule Man was intended to be a multiversal demolition tool by the Beyonders, with his universe dying if he does, furthermore causing a contraction in the multiverse, and inducing universal collision events called incursions. When your opponent can accidentally destroy universes, conventional strategy becomes meaningless. The scope of Molecule Man's power becomes clear in major cosmic events. Doom later harnesses Molecule Man's powers to kill the Beyonders, absorb their power, and form a new incarnation of Battleworld, but after Peter Parker and Miles Morales free Molecule Man, he defeats Doom and gives the power to the Beyonders to Mr. Fantastic. Even when Doom successfully manipulates Owen Reese, the Molecule Man's true loyalties ultimately determine the outcome. What makes Molecule Man particularly dangerous is his connection to the multiverse's fundamental structure. As his power originates from the Beyonders, Reese is connected to them and can harness their energy, and by utilizing the stolen energy, he aids in the creation of a new multiverse called the 8th Cosmos. Doom might steal power from individual entities.
Doom found he could also use his powers to corrupt.
But Molecule Man essentially represents a multiversal constant. The most terrifying aspect of facing Molecule Man is that his death triggers universal collapse. Even if Doom somehow managed to kill him, the victory would be meaningless as reality itself would unravel in the process. Next, we encounter a force that embodies the fundamental energy of existence itself. The Phoenix Force is an immortal and immutable manifestation of the universal force of life and passion, described as being the embodiment of the very passion of creation, the spark that gave life to the universe, the flame that will ultimately consume it. This entity operates on cosmic scales that dwarf even Doom's most ambitious power theft. When merged with the right host, the Phoenix Force becomes unstoppable. The Phoenix Force is the nexus of all psionic energy to the past, present, and future in all realities of the multiverse, the guardian of creation and the Emkron crystal, and is among the most feared beings in all of existence. It can cut, regrow, or destroy any part of the universe. Against such power, Doom's technological and magical defenses become irrelevant.
It's the spark that gave life to the universe, and the flame that consumed my world. Harness that power to create whole new worlds.
The Phoenix's relationship with its host reveals the scope of its abilities. When using the Phoenix Force, Grey has total telekinetic control of matter at a molecular level, allowing her to manipulate atomic structures on a universal scale, generate any form of energy in seemingly unlimited amounts, and absorb energy from sources as great as a supernova. Even Doom's reality warping stolen powers pale before such fundamental control over existence. What makes the Phoenix Force uniquely lethal to Doom is its nature as a fundamental force of reality. The Phoenix Force can also resurrect the dead under some conditions and absorb the life force from other sentient beings to bolster its own. Doom's schemes become meaningless when facing a force that can casually reverse death itself. The Phoenix Force represents everything Doom's power-stealing approach cannot achieve. It embodies unlimited power arising from the fundamental forces of creation rather than stolen or accumulated abilities. Moving into more contemporary threats, we encounter a being whose power levels challenge even cosmic entities. The Sentry possesses the ability to think, move, run, and react at superhuman speeds, has been observed catching bullets, and possesses remarkable levels of superhuman strength, speed, and intelligence, as well as invulnerability, enhanced senses, and energy projection abilities. But these basic powers only scratch the surface of his true capabilities.
Why would a god take orders from anyone at all?
I think you're throwing around the word God a bit loosely there.
No.
Sentry's power source operates on cosmic scales. Some of the Sentry's powers can warp reality, drawing from another time stream where 1 million suns are continuously exploding and being reborn, and he can absorb limitless amounts of energy, making his potential power effectively infinite. When facing unlimited cosmic energy, even Doom's most sophisticated technology becomes irrelevant. The scope of Sentry's abilities places him in cosmic tier discussions. The Sentry has lifted and moved a shield helicarrier on his own and has even stood toe-to-toe with Galactus with strength so immense that according to Mr. Fantastic, the Sentry's powers qualify him as a so-called Omega level threat. When someone can match Galactus in direct combat, Doom's usual tactical advantages disappear. What makes Sentry particularly dangerous to Doom is his psychic abilities. Sentry has telepathy and other psionic abilities comparable to X-Men's Omega level mutants, with Emma Frost claiming that Sentry is the most powerful telepath she knew, able to erase Earth's memory of him. Doom's mental defenses, no matter how sophisticated, cannot match this level of psychic power. The most terrifying aspect of Sentry is his virtual immortality combined with unlimited power. Both Sentry and the Void can be reborn if killed, with his incredible healing factor allowing him to recover from virtually anything.
Are you tired of fighting? Let me help you.
Even coming back from being shot to death. Against an immortal opponent with cosmic level power, even Doom's most elaborate death traps become meaningless. But here's where things get really interesting. Sometimes the most powerful opponents aren't the obvious cosmic threats. Squirrel Girl was created by writer Will Murray and artist Steve Ditko, making her debut in the coming of Squirrel Girl in Marvel Superheroes Volume 2, where she defeats the villainous Dr. Doom. This seemingly impossible victory reveals something crucial about the nature of power in the Marvel Universe. Squirrel Girl's victory over Doom wasn't a fluke. It's been repeated multiple times. The longtime Fantastic Four foe and leader of the nation of Latveria, Dr. Doom was defeated by Squirrel Girl, who utilized her squirrel army to help defeat Doom and rescue Iron Man. When someone can consistently defeat Doom using an army of squirrels, it forces us to reconsider conventional power scaling. What makes Squirrel Girl's victories particularly fascinating is their consistency. Slot stories satirize Squirrel Girl's unlikely victory over Dr. Doom from her debut appearance by depicting her as capable of defeating some of Marvel's most powerful threats.
Drop the money, Scuzz Bucket, or face the wrath of Squirrel Girl.
Her defeats of cosmic level threats aren't accidents. They represent a fundamental principle about the nature of heroism versus villainy. The implications of Squirrel Girl's victories extend beyond humor. When someone with relatively modest powers can consistently defeat Doom, it suggests that his greatest weakness isn't a lack of power, it's his fundamental approach to conflict. Doom's reliance on complex schemes, stolen power, and technological solutions creates vulnerabilities that simpler, more direct approaches can exploit. This pattern repeats across multiple encounters. Dr. Doom became Doreen's most dastardly and devious foe, but this is a superhero who's fought everybody from Thanos to Galactus. When your consistent nemesis can also defeat universal level threats, it reveals fundamental limitations in your approach to power. Speaking of unexpected defeats, Doom's losses aren't limited to cosmic entities or joke characters. Every hero that has defeated Dr. Doom 1v1 includes Squirrel Girl, Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, Invincible Woman, Mr. Fantastic, Sentry, and Ant-Man, or Scott Lang. Some of these victories came from characters operating far below cosmic power levels. Luke Cage's victory over Doom represents one of the most straightforward defeats in cosmic history.
Don't you need a gun?
I am the gun. You want some of this? Next time you say my name, I'm coming for you.
Luke Cage beats through Dr. Doom's armor for $200. When someone can defeat Doom over a payment dispute, it reveals crucial weakness in his defense and psychology. These street-level defeats highlight Doom's fundamental vulnerability, his arrogance, and tendency to underestimate opponents. 10 Marvel heroes everyone forgets defeated Dr. Doom includes Black Panther, Spider-Man, Wonder Woman, and Luke Cage. The pattern suggests that Doom's greatest weakness isn't insufficient power, but rather his inability to adopt his approach to different types of threats. What makes these defeats particularly revealing is their diversity. When characters ranging from cosmic entities to street-level heroes can defeat Doom, it indicates that his approach to combat contains fundamental flaws that transcend power levels. His reliance on complex schemes and stolen abilities creates predictable vulnerabilities. The most significant implication is that defeating Doom doesn't require matching his power level. It requires exploiting his psychological and tactical weaknesses. This opens the door for a much wider range of potential victors than cosmic tier threats alone. Moving into the magical realm, we encounter threats that target Doom's divided attention between science and sorcery. Doctor Strange represents the kind of mystical mastery that Doom aspires to, but can never fully achieve while maintaining his technological focus.
Dormammu, I've come to bargain. Dormammu, I've come to bargain.
Dr. Doom possesses scientific knowledge that is beyond comprehension as one of the oldest living entities in the universe, and is also adept at arcane knowledge, able to use esoteric enchantments and sorceries. But this division of focus creates vulnerabilities. The fundamental problem with Doom's approach to magic is his scientific mindset. While he's mastered many mystical arts, his need to understand and control magical forces limits his ability to embrace the more intuitive aspects of sorcery. True masters like Doctor Strange can access levels of mystical power that Doom's analytical approach just cannot reach. What makes mystical opponents particularly dangerous to Doom is their ability to attack him on planes of existence where his technology offers limited protection. His armor and gadgets, no matter how sophisticated, cannot shield him from attacks that target his soul, consciousness, or fundamental connection to reality. Ancient magical entities pose an even greater threat.
You're not dead, you've just been separated from your physical form.
Beings like Dormammu, Mephisto, and the Vishanti operate on cosmic scales through mystical matter than scientific means. When Doom encounters such entities, his hybrid approach to magic and science often proves insufficient against beings that embody pure mystical force. The most dangerous mystical opponents are those who combine cosmic power with magical mastery. These entities don't just outpower Doom, they operate according to rules that his scientific understanding cannot fully grasp or counter. Beyond individual entities, we encounter abstract forces that embody fundamental concepts of existence. Death, eternity, infinity, and oblivion represent aspects of reality that exist beyond conventional power scaling. When facing beings that literally embody concepts like the end of all things, even Doom's cosmic level stolen powers become meaningless.
Victor Von Doom to his allies is the genius ruler of Latveria. Now why does Victor Von Doom have such contempt for the Four?
These abstract entities operate on scales that dwarf individual universes. Even beings such as eternity, infinity, death, and oblivion were subject to the living tribunal's authority. When entities that encompass entire concepts of existence bowed to higher powers, Doom's ambitions for universal conquest appear pathetically limited. What makes abstract entities uniquely lethal to Doom is their fundamental nature. You cannot steal the power of death itself. It represents an aspect of existence that transcends individual beings. Doom's approach of accumulating and stealing power becomes meaningless when facing forces that embody the fundamental structure of reality. The temporal aspects of these conflicts make them particularly complex. Entities like eternity exist across all of time simultaneously, while Doom remains bound by linear experience. Against opponents who can act from every point in time at once, conventional strategy becomes impossible. These abstract threats reveal the ultimate limitation of Doom's approach to power. No matter how much cosmic energy he accumulates or how many abilities he steals, he remains fundamentally finite, while these entities embody infinite concepts. Speaking of beings that challenge conventional understanding, let's examine one of Marvel's most underestimated powerhouses. The Protege possesses the ability to copy and enhance any power or ability he encounters, making him potentially the most adaptable threat Doom could face. Unlike Doom's power theft, which requires complex schemes and technology, the Protege's mimicry operates instantly and automatically. When he encounters a new ability, he doesn't just copy it, he perfects it beyond the original user's capability. What makes the Protege particularly dangerous to Doom is his learning curve. Every technique, spell, or technological advantage Doom employs becomes permanently added to the Protege's arsenal. Doom's greatest strengths becomes the building blocks for his own defeat. The Protege has demonstrated the ability to copy powers from cosmic level beings, including the living tribunal itself. When your opponent can steal your abilities faster than you can use them, and then turn those same abilities against you at enhanced levels, conventional combat becomes impossible. Against the Protege, Doom's tactical brilliance works against him. Every strategy he reveals becomes immediately available to his opponent, who can then execute it with perfection while simultaneously countering Doom's next move. But here's where things get really wild. Some threats operate through pure entropy and destruction. The Chaos King represents everything that opposes order, structure, and existence itself. This entity doesn't just want to rule reality like Doom, it wants to unmake it entirely. The Chaos King's power operates through negation rather than creation. While Doom builds elaborate schemes and accumulates cosmic power, the Chaos King simply erases whatever stands in its way. Technologies fail, spells unravel, and even cosmic energies dissipate in its presence. What makes the Chaos King uniquely lethal to Doom is its immunity to conventional power scaling. It doesn't matter how much energy Doom has stolen or how sophisticated his armor has become. The Chaos King's influence reduces everything to primordial nothingness. The entity has demonstrated the ability to consume entire pantheons of gods, absorb death itself, and threaten the fundamental structure of reality. Against an opponent whose very existence negates the concepts of victory and defeat, Doom's ambitions become meaningless. The most terrifying aspect of the Chaos King is that it grows stronger through destruction. Every victory Doom has achieved, every civilization he's conquered, every cosmic power he's stolen, all of it becomes fuel for the Chaos King's expansion. If you enjoyed this video and want to see every leak that spoiled Superman, click it now.